This tastes right.
Dad,
Chickabow.
the cookies are in the oven.
Alright. Now, in my first playthrough, I went back to the police station thinking that that was a decent place to start. It wasn't. Oh, no, we don't want to go this way. This is the dining room. I want to go this way. So we'll talk to Dad. Why not? Don't you? Don't you do the
Don't
little
forget the
power
cookies,
jug?
Dad.
Oh, I won't, sweetheart.
He looks like a serial killer, doesn't he? Look at him.
I don't think he looks like a serial killer. Did you read the book?
Yeah.
So you're the serial killer.
You think she's the serial killer?
Quite possible.
Well, no, she actually ran into the serial killer.
Maybe she combined the images of personalities.
She could have. Alright, so actually I want to see what's in this room. What the hell room? I've never been in here. Oh god, the little bouncing cube. The bouncing cube on the computer monitor. You're a little closer to the headset, people can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the poor decor.
You're not impressed with their family decorations.
The poor kid was badly scarred. The killer stabbed her 7 times before she finally escaped to the streets. Otakar's boy Roman found her and brought her here. She's only 16, for God's sake. I promised her that I'd help her in any way I could if she would help me find the killer. So she opened up and told me her story. Can I keep this?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I mean, I know you've seen all this before, but as I said,
I'm
I have
Gustav
recording.
McPherson. I'm a private eye hired to help find and arrest the person who attacked you.
I'm Vladana Tominova. I haven't said that in a long time. I'm usually just Vladana.
Do you feel up to a few questions? I can always come back later.
No, that's okay. You can ask me questions if you wish, but I'm afraid I won't be much help.
She's afraid the killer's gonna find her.
So she's hiding in a junkyard.
Yes.
Hey, wouldn't you hide in like a posh hotel somewhere?
She's a whore. She doesn't have a lot of money. And you saw those big guys, remember them?
Yes.
Yes, they're protecting her. Because, like, she's with this pimp.
Okay, raw meat.
And,
Besides
well, Raw
the
Meat was...
sketch you gave me, can you describe your attacker with a little more detail?
The top hat was black, and so was his cloak. The mask was silver white.
We learned this a couple
It had
times.
motifs on it, but nothing I can describe accurately.
When were you attacked?
About 2 months ago.
Go ahead, just give it a touch.
Touching it, put it back.
Just give it a touch.
Where did it happen?
It happened near the park.
It was the mouse,
I was
by the
coming
way,
back
folks.
from Mark's studio, and
Take your time.
it was very foggy that evening. I heard someone walking in front of me. I could hear his footsteps getting closer and closer. I stopped when I suddenly saw a silhouette appear behind the fog. A man in a top hat wearing a dark cloak was standing in front of me. I froze. I couldn't move. I was absolutely terrified.
Imagine how you would feel in her shoes. I'm clicking.
What happened next?
He approached slowly. I noticed that he was wearing a mask when he walked out of the fog. He looked like death itself. I hadn't noticed how close he had come to me. He took a swift swing at me. As he did, I let out a scream. At first I thought he had missed me, but then I noticed the metallic taste in my mouth. I put my hand to my face and looked at it. It was full of blood. Then I felt a cold sensation in my chest, followed by a sharp pain. Then another. Then another. I screamed what seemed to be my last breath. I fainted after that. I woke up in here. He'd stabbed me over and over. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
How did you end up here in this joint?
Roman found me. He was the one who scared off the killer. He heard me screaming, so he ran in the
Yeah.
direction of the commotion. I don't know much about that. You should ask him.
You mentioned
I'm
earlier that
sorry.
you left Mark's place the night you were attacked. Who's Mark?
Mark is a local artist. Most of the girls know him. I think he's painted all of us at least once.
Was Mark acting strange that night, or was it business as usual?
Everything was fine until Inspector Skalnick showed up.
Inspector Skalnick talked to Mark. What did they talk about?
I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying, but they were arguing about something. When Skalnick left, Mark told me to get dressed and leave. He told me he wasn't feeling well enough to continue.
Was he angry?
He was, but he made a good effort not to show it. So I left quietly without saying a word besides good night.
In general, Mark was always nice.
Yes, always cordial, very polite and well-behaved. He would give us double what we charge a client for the time we spent posing. It was a lot better work, let me tell you. I only posed for him once,
Ed says
and
hi.
I wish I could do it again.
Where can I find Mark?
His studio is in front of the canal near the old wall.
Well, thanks for answering my pesky questions.
You're welcome.
All right,
Take
folks.
care of yourself, Ledena.
And you be careful, too.
Thanks, I will.
Going to cut off here, as always. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in the next. Thanks for watching, folks.